Everybody knows exactly what day it is, baby. It is hashtag Friday Potty. It's my favorite day. If you're in the Nordic Alpha Discord, you know that it's my favorite day. And you know that we had some good trades this week, man. If you watched the Golden Nugget this week, too, you know that we had some good trades last week. We got some good trades this week. We smacked the S&P. We smacked Bitcoin. We smacked gold. We smacked silver. We smacked them all, man. And, dude, for all intents and purposes, Bitcoin is getting absolutely smacked right now by some stuff we'll talk about as it sits. But if you're here from the future, hello from the past, we appreciate you. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom, baby. Bang on the notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate everybody that shows up. Seriously, it means a lot. I would not have a platform without you. Seriously, I appreciate you all. So, with that being said, let's talk about what's going on in the markets. We had, and this is something I encourage people. I'm going to tell everybody what I told everybody in the Nordic Alpha server, okay, the private trading room. Watch if you're in the markets, okay, if you are in the markets. I'm not telling you to go out and waste your time, okay? Seriously, views are cool, man. Views are cool on videos. What's cooler is giving people real information, okay? And one thing I can assure you is that every Wednesday at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, you don't even have to watch it then. Just watch it whenever you can. Watch the Golden Nugget that streams live on my channel. It streams on Verified Investing's channel too, and on my Twitter. Just watch it if you want to know from a fundamental perspective, from an economic perspective, what is going to come out and move the markets. Watch that video, because I promise you every single week on Wednesday, I tell you all of the economic data that's going to come out, all the reports that you need to be watching for, what they're projecting, right? And how that can affect the market. That way, whenever you see Bitcoin at 118 right here, even if you're not in the Nordic Alpha Discord, right? The paid trading room that's literally less than a shot of espresso a day. I don't know why on earth anybody would not be in there. But for whatever reason, if you're not, you know that at 118, you're shorting Bitcoin down to 113.5. I gave this exact call out in there, and I told people why inside of the Golden Nugget. The economic data pushed us here, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. The charts are going to tell you what the news has in store, most likely, okay? So watch the Golden Nugget, dude. Seriously, there's what, 24 people on this stream. This stream gets what, 200, 300 views. 200 or 300 views is not going to do anything to like crazy raise my platform. I'm simply telling you this because it is very important information when you're trying to gauge what's going to happen in the market, this economic news, okay, and these fundamental factors from a global or even United States-based perspective. I give you all of that on that stream. I promise you. Just go check it out. It will not be a waste of your time. I promise you. So I went on my tirade. Yeah, let's just get into everything else, okay? So let me do my handy dandy. My handy dandy transition, man. We're not going to go on the charts yet. We're not going to give you the spoiler on that. I want to get you the news-based stuff just really quick. Bear with me. I promise we will do the TA. I will give you the trades. I'll give you the actionable insights. All the stuff that you show up for. I know you come for the braids, man, but you stay for the trades. The 80% win rate. Documented. Let's talk about it. So, corporate crypto treasury holdings top $100 billion as ETH buying accelerates. I like that. Wolfers like that. We like ETH buying. We'd love to see some AVAX buying. That'd be nice. We would love to see some Sonic buying. That would be nice. I'm just going to call this out as it sits right now. I'm not going to read you this whole table, but the Ethereum ETF flow, it's getting massive. ETH's, it's like one of the fastest that anything has ever reached $100 billion, ETF wise. Okay, now, again, I'm going to go off on my tangent. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds of your time. Don't get smart. Just understand that ETF inflows mean all because they are trading shares of the ETF. Now, does the ETF have to own the physical Ethereum, Ether token, to fulfill the shares? Yes. But when I buy, I don't have any of my prop money in front of me. This is money. This is my Bluetooth headset. Let's say this is money. I'm going to trade you my Bluetooth headset. It's worth $100 for one of your shares in the Ethereum ETF. You give me your share, I give you my Bluetooth headset. Did any Ethereum get bought or sold there? No, it did not. So the only time that this matters is when there are new inflows and there's not enough shares to go around and they have to buy more Ethereum, issue new shares, right? But if there's a crap ton of outflows from these, guess what happens? They sell the Ethereum, take the shares, boom. See what I'm saying? So just understand that the ETF inflows do not gauge crypto, okay? We also have JPMorgan partnering with Coinbase. I know. Nothing else need to be said. We don't need to rip Coinbase. We don't need to talk about JPMorgan naked shorting silver for the past few decades. We don't need to talk about that. That didn't happen, right? But they're trying to expand crypto access to 80 million plus customers. I like that. I think that that's a positive step in the right direction for just global, blockchain adoption. I can dig it. This was announced literally a day ago, 2 days ago. It's August 1, right? You can use your Chase credit cards to fund your Coinbase purchases. You can redeem Chase Ultimate Reward points for USDC. Bang, baby. Go out, get your Sapphire. I don't have mine, nor would I show it to you because it's got my card number on it. But Sapphire Preferred, Sapphire Reserve, Chase Inc. Business Preferred, Chase Inc. Business. I don't know. There's like this really top tier one that they came out with a long time ago. I got one. And you can take those points and redeem them for USDC. That's wild, man. I already have this. Link your Chase bank accounts directly to Coinbase for streamlined crypto transactions. That's cool. It's like through Plaid. You know what I'm saying? That's great. Cool. Wow. White House unveils new crypto policy roadmap meant to usher in the golden age of crypto. So if you saw the thumbnail, if you saw the title, right? Obviously, Bitcoin is dumping right now. But Trump is trying to issue a lot of relief to the crypto landscape inside of the United States. So we salute him for that. We're not going to talk about anything else that Trump has going on, right? We're not going to talk about the files and all that type of stuff. We're not getting in on that. Aikido around that, right? But let's just say that hopefully we can have a better framework for blockchain assets, cryptocurrency assets, tax frameworks, and things like that moving forward due to Big Daddy Trump, right? Trumpity Trump. But it did not give you the effect that you wanted, right? It gave you the Trump dump, not the Trump pump. We wanted the Trump pump. We got the Trump dump, right? I don't know if you can hear that because my mic is so far away from me, but it was something to the effect of, that's the Trump dump. That's old Trumpity dumpity. All right. We'll talk about this here in a little bit, gold and like the stuff. But I want to pull up the chart really quick. And again, like dudes and dudettes, homies and homettes, men and women, boys and girls, and non-binary people alike. without getting too salesy, I must issue a PSA, public service announcement. If you're not in the Nordic Alpha Discord, I don't know what you're doing. Taking gains in there every single day. We called out this trade, bang, bang. 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 I'll show it to you. I showed it to you last week, too. I showed it to you last week. I showed you the video where I did it live in real time. I'm going to show it to you here in a second, where I called all this out. Just get in there, dude. It's $29 a month. That is less than your gym membership. That's like a Planet Fitness gym membership that no one uses. I have one. I have a gym at my house. I have a Planet Fitness gym membership just for what? Why? I don't know. Maybe I'm in Saskatchewan somewhere, right? I just made that up, right? Maybe I'm in Seattle, Washington. I'm like, oh, I want to go to a gym really quick. Great. Planet Fitness, $20 a month, $30 a month. I don't know what it is. It's negligible. It's negligible is my point. It's the lowest price you'll ever see it. Do whatever you want to do. Let's show you, though. You know, as they say, BS ain't about nothing. Show me the proof, Drew. Show me the proof. Where's that? Crypto TA, baby. I'm not going to show you the whole video. It's not worth it. What was this? Yeah, here we go. It's not going to show you the audio on it, but I'm going to show you where I set up all these trades. Bang. Does that look somewhat oddly familiar if I turn all this on? Just saying. Just saying. We call these things out, man. We call these things out. This is the one that I posted today, showing everybody same stuff. Hey, man, it's the same levels. It's the same friggin' trades, dude. Same trades, man. Same trades. So in any case, right back here, I gave the 4 scenarios. Okay, there are 4 scenarios. Either one, we come up here, we get above it, you long. We come up here, you get rejected. You did twice, double top. You got rejected, you come down here. Boom, you short, right? Then you get under this channel right here. You bearishly backtest it, which you did right here. You go back up, you backtest it, you keep shorting, bang, your target is here, right? So both of these trades, this trade and this trade, got hit. Now, once you get here, you can start thinking about longs. But my point is that we are trading in a downward sloping trend channel, okay? Downward sloping trend channel, all right? This is from the 1 hour time frame, okay? So let me take all this stuff off of here. I mean, that's pretty darn clean, man. Bang, bang, bang. Midpoint of the channel, front ran the bottom, bang. Hit the bottom, bang. Hit the top, bang. Went to the midpoint of the channel, bang. Tested the top, bang. Testing the bottom, bang. Right? It's very simple stuff, man. It's very, very simple stuff. Like, trading does not have to be super complex. I think a lot of people try to make it complex. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'm super smart. I know everything, and you know nothing, and you should only learn from me. Buy my course, right? It doesn't have to be that hard, man. It really doesn't, especially from a fundamental perspective. Now, what I was talking about here is, yo, watch out when you come up here, okay? Because if this scenario right here plays out, your first target is going to be the midpoint of this channel, as you can see from the short, right? As you can see from the short, your Target was the midpoint of the channel. Once you get here and you see what's going on, if these moving averages start curling down ridiculously, which they did, then they are now going to become resistance. And now you can just reopen your short position and write it down to the bottom end of the channel. This is what I'm explaining, right? Inside of the groups, inside of the group, right? And bang, that's exactly what happened. Now that we know that, right? Now that we know that, we know that this is going to be resistance, 116, okay? 116 is now your new resistance. This is going to be your support, right? But you're banging on it. Candle after candle after candle. The more that you bang on something, think about it like you've got a hammer, right? And you're hitting concrete. The first time, it's probably not going to do anything, right? Bang! The second time you hit it, it's probably going to chip a little bit. Bang! The third time you hit it, it's going to make a bigger hole. Bang! Bang! Eventually, you're going to get through that wall. That's what's happening right here. You bang on that so many times without recapturing that critical resistance level and flipping it now, bang, bang, to support. That's a problem. So the more you bang on this, the more likely it is to break down and you're shorting, right? So now I'm going to do this and I'm going to say, okay, now that we're here, here's your next scenario. Bang, as you can see. But I don't even have to do that. Why don't you have to do that, Drew? That's why. Because I already gave that trade out days ago. Days ago. The analysis stays as it sits. You bounce from here? Great. You find a floor, you long, right? You set your stop loss below the parallel channel. It's not hard. It's not super like complex stuff, right? You can think about longs here, but you got to take your profits here because now look at this 50, look at this 100, and look how far down they are all drifting. The 50 is here, the blue line. The 100 is here, the red line. The 200 is the green line. Those are moving averages, right? So you got to see what happens here at 116, especially if this 50 and this 100 moving average is intersecting it at the time that you come back up here. Wow, that lagged. Time you come back up here and retest this because you're probably going to get a rejection and you can enter a short here. That's it. That's that, man. Then, dude, I mean, we talked about this too. We talked about this too. Okay, let me get this stuff off of here. This is gold. But, okay, I want to go back. Okay, I want to go back. So I was screaming from the hills, 114, 114, 113.5 to 114, right? Inside of the NORDIC Alpha Discord. If you want to get into it, it's the private VIP trading room. It's the first link in the description. Do whatever you want to do. In any case, I'm going to tell you, it's not actionable now. I mean, this is actionable, what I'm telling you now, but, you know, previously, like, you could have caught this, is my point. You could have caught this whole ride down. Oh my gosh, why is my computer lagging so much? You could have caught this whole ride down right here. Oh my gosh. I apologize, everyone. Nothing I can do about it. Could have caught this whole ride down. But why did this type of stuff happen? Well, let's pull up the news. I want to show you. So, today, economic data came out. Okay, economic data that helped push this down further. Okay, economic data came out. It's the non-farm payrolls, the U.S. jobs data. This is the stuff that I talk about every single Wednesday on my channel, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's called the Golden Nugget. It's inside of a playlist. Go check it out. I talked about all this week, and I told everybody, go fact check me for God's sakes, for the love of all that is holy. Go fact check me on this. I promise you, you're going to find it and you're going to see it. Watch like the last half of that video. It's like the last 15 or 20 minutes where I'm talking, or yeah, no, I think it's like the last 5 minutes maybe, where I talk about the economic calendar. So what they had thought is analysts were suggesting $100,000 to about $106,000 job, or 106,000 jobs created in June, right? Well, it came in July. My bad. It came in 73,000. That's a 25% less than what they thought, right? It's a big deal. That means your economy is not doing super hot. The DXY, the dollar index, boom, right? Gold, silver, as soon as that came out, bang, right? Again, I gave you those gold trades on and silver trades on the golden opportunity as well. I'm just saying that was for free. That's not even accounting for all the things that we do inside of Nordic Alpha, right? So then unemployment rose again by 4.2%. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. And this is something that pro traders know this. Pro traders know this and they talk about this. Wannabes don't. They don't talk about this stuff. They're like, oh, SMT, divergence, ICT, it's an inverse fair value gap fill and liquidity. That's what they do, okay? There's also a reason why they're not featured as a verified pro trader on any reputable channels. I digress. My point is that they revised the numbers from last month on this report and said, hey, oopsies, sorry. We didn't realize there were less jobs last month. We miscounted. Sorry about that. Bang, dude. DXY down, gold up, Bitcoin down, S&P, dude, nasty, dirty, filthy drop. And again, I'm not trying to be that guy, but we called the S&P too, baby. We called the S&P. Let me zoom in on the charts. We called this out a long time ago. You short here. Our stop loss was up here, right? You did not get stopped out. Look at that gap down. You've now lost 200 moving average. I am shorting the S&P on the 610s, the 610 strike price in options. If you don't know what that is, options trading. It's 100x leverage implied, but don't trade options if you don't know how to trade. Please don't trade options if you don't know how to trade options. I'll teach you how to trade them sometime, but like, don't just go out and trade options because I was like, oh, I'm on this strike price. End of August, expiration date. I'm on the 610s. Those MFers are up like 50% today on this gap down. We called this out. Anybody that's inside of my group, it's already almost hit the first target. Bang. Nuts. We've been waiting for this trade for weeks. Been talking about it since back here. Where is it at? Where do we crack the all-time high? Yeah, right here is where I've been talking about it since June 27th. We've been waiting on this trade for a month. That's what patience gets you, okay? So in any case, my point, they will revise these numbers and you will see the markets react. You need to understand fundamentals. Don't listen. Do whatever you want. I would not listen, right, to a bunch of idiots on the internet that are screaming day traders trading prop firm accounts with zero risk and money in the markets, zero large platforms backing them, zero publications backing them, talking about ICT, inverse fair value gaps. You know what's above a swing high? Liquidity. You know what's below a swing low? Liquidity. Why? Because logically, that's where people set their stop losses? Yeah, we get it, bro. That's not like, that's not profound. So in any case, do whatever you want to do, but just understand that this type of stuff moves the market. US ISM manufacturing PMI fell again today. And this is what you saw happen. Bang, big, massive gap down on the S&P. Filled this runaway. Nope, it has not filled this runaway gap yet. You have a runaway gap all the way down to 6,028. If we get down here, my options are actually in the money, which is ridiculous for that far out of an expiration. You also have a runaway gap down here, right? Bang and bang, right? All the way down to $5,800. You have a runaway gap down here all the way down to $5,668. And this gap got filled, okay? So you have another runaway gap right here. Never been tested all the way down to $5,300. All these other gaps, they've been filled, except for this one. $5,200. The S&P could go down significantly. Gold pumped significantly. God candle reclaimed the 200 moving average. Got all the moving averages in 2 candles. Reclaimed it. Nuts, right? Silver, same thing. Big God candle. Nuts. Boom. Reclaimed the 50. Now it's riding the 50. Still is just barely above it, but as soon as it gets above this, your next target is the 0.382 fib. And obviously the 200 moving average, which you can't really see it, but it's hiding right behind this 0.382 orange line right here, right? So that is why Bitcoin dumped, dude. Dudes and dudettes. So we do not discriminate on this channel. We love everybody. That is why this happened. That is why all of this happened, okay? Because this actually happened. Let's see. Let's go to the daily chart. This is people essentially front running what was about to happen in the news today. You came up, you tested the top end of the trend channel, bang. It's not hard to see, man. It's not hard to see. Show me the charts, I'll show you the news type stuff. Let's get this stuff off of here. Let's do some TA. You know what's going on. You know what's going on. And no, this is not a bull flag. As much as I wish I could say this is a bull flag, it is not. I wish I could say that that was a bull flag, right? But unfortunately, it is not. So I'll show you why. A bull flag looks like this, right? That's a bull flag. Now, if this didn't have this massive pause here and then a subsequent run up, and all of this was gone and it was just a massive run up to here, yeah, you're right. This would be a bull flag. And you could be testing the bottom end of that channel. Now, if you go to the 4 hour, it looks a little bit cleaner, like it could potentially be a bull flag. But again, this consolidation zone right here is what kind of screws the pooch on that. Why? Because this consolidation zone was actually a bull pennant that played out to the target, right? And now that target, if anything, is just a downward sloping trend channel, right? As you can see. So, you know, let's get to the daily chart. I want to see what's going on the daily. I mean, let's be real. Let's call it what it is. Call me what you want, but don't call me for fronts. You know, that's just a massive rising wedge with a massive downward trajectory, right? It's also got all of the signs of a potential of a potential head and shoulders forming. And I like to call these things out before they actually like happen, right? But here's your head and shoulders, right? Pretty simple. You lose this, you probably are going to come down to here because that's the next level of support, right? Look at the daily chart, man. Where's your first level of support? Right there. That's what? 110, 110.8-ish. Call it 111, right? So you've got 111 right there. You got a high, then a lower high, then a lower high, and then you smash through it on 2 candles. Great. You've got a fair value gap filled down there to about $111,000, $112,000. So this is your first line of support, right? You take that out, I promise you, it gets pretty nasty. Takes you down to right about there. And then this is your kind of line in the sand. You can take this all the way back over to here, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's your supports, man. let me, I don't know why these are like light or like blue. Let me just fix them. One more. If my computer would stop lagging. Dude, I have an incredibly high-powered computer too. That's how you can tell I've been filming these these trainings for people, because I want to actually give people the insights, man. Like, and you don't have to wait on me. You know what I mean? Because you can go out there and fish for yourself. So there's your supports, right? 1, 2, 3. Your first support, 111-ish to 110. 110.5 to about 111 or 112. Call it 112 tops. You smash through 110.7, 110.5, you're probably coming all the way down here to about 101. You lose that level, you're probably going to lose all of this, right? And you could find a bottom, you know, somewhere in this prior demand zone, which would be like about $90,000. But, and I'm not saying that to scare people. I'm just saying this is a rounded top, right? Let's take all this shit off of here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a rounded top, man. Does that look rounded? I mean, it does. Are the moving averages starting to curl a little bit? Yeah, you can start to see the curl. This one's starting to flatten out, right? That's what you don't want to see at the tops, right? Whenever those things start curling, the 50, right? It curled here. This is a rounded top and a double top, right? Bang. That thing came all the way down here, $74,000. Now, is that going to come all the way down to $74,000? Probably not. It's probably going to come right down here into this zone, right? But you've got bigger problems at that point, because if you do come down here into this zone, you got to reclaim that 200 moving average very quickly, as you did here, right? Where you lost the 200, which is the green line. And then you got to regain it quickly so you can start moving back up. Okay. So I would just be cognizant of what is going on inside of the markets. Yeah. We got we have Plan 9 from Las Vegas throwing pizza at me on a Friday Pi Day. Much love to you. I appreciate you. Boom. I'm here for Pi Day. No hospital pizza today. Richard Ford is an absolute legend. No hospital pizza. No shoulders. Yeah, it's sun's out, guns out, baby. Sun's out, guns is out. Is your house still that hot, or are you just showing off before your wife gets home? I'm actually preparing for when my wife gets home, right? You got to show her the goods. You got to get ready for it, right? I haven't lifted in like 3 years, man. I should probably start lifting again. Get back to the old me. We got Dr. Feelgood V2 in here, not V1, not to be confused, right? He said, let's get it, baby. So to reference Richard 4, yeah, it has been 115 friggin' degrees real feel in, obviously I live in South Florida, in Tampa area, right? And, dude, it was wild. 115 degrees real feel. My air conditioner didn't work. For 2 days. And that was absolutely brutal. It's back on now. Thank everything that is holy for that. Woo! Because it was very hot. It's very hot. It's very hot. Let's talk about some other stuff real quick. Hey, if you, just for anybody that's here, how many people are here? Yeah, we got like 4 dozen people here. Bunch of people on Twitter. Bunch of people on YouTube. There's like 2/3 of the people are... 3/4 of the people are here from Twitter, 1/4 from YouTube. Thanks, Twitter people. Much appreciated. Share this stuff around, man. If you got anything you want me to look at, let's look at it, right? What was it? Was it the stream last week, or was it the stream before that where I basically said XRP was about to dump out? I believe it was last week. And dump it did. Dumpity dump it did. So this was your cup and handle that played out exactly perfectly to the target. Actually, hold on one second. Let me go back. I want to go back to Bitcoin really quick. So look at the 1-day chart, really quickly. And I promise I'll get back to XRP for all the people that hate the fact that I just, whoa, that's the wrong thing. This is why I just use my little thingy down here in the bottom left-hand corner. You can't see it because it's behind my name, right down here. But this is why I just use this. Oh my gosh, I just messed it up yet again. Let's just use the magnet tool. Give me my magnet tool. Okay, so the low right here to this low right here, right now, you stretch that up to the high here, bang. What does that look like to you? Does that look like a rounded top? Does that look like a nice rounded top? It does. It does. It definitely does. Okay. That's a topping tail candle, by the way. If you don't know what that is, I've got a training coming out that I'll tell you what it is eventually. Bang. Bang. You got to give this time to play out. I always call these out like before they actually become what they are. But this is a cup and handle. Okay. And this cup and handle could break down significantly. Depending on where it breaks down to. I mean, this thing could be taking you down to about 108, maybe 109. So that's pretty significant. Especially if you break this low, it's going to get nasty because you're breaking these lows right now. So you get a close below that. It's not looking good. What's up on our weekly chart? Give me 1 second. Let me get this off of here. Yeah, weekly chart has a fair value gap all the way down to 110.7. I'm saying 110.7. You're probably going to come down to about 111. There's pretty good indication that that's going to be what happens, right? And you could potentially fall a little bit further than that. Let me get this magnet tool off of here. You could fall even, potentially further than that, down to right around here. I would say 106 to 111 is a pretty good range to start targeting and saying like, okay, if we go, that's where we're going to go. Right. Yeah. Don't shoot the messenger. XR Pizzle losing the 0.382 fib right now. Trying to. Very, very low volume comparatively to the run up, right? This is what always happens, man. When you see these massive volume spikes and then that volume starts to dry up, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign that a continued rally is going to happen. Dude, use volume. Volume profiles and volume analysis is so key. But I mean, look at this volume right here, right? And then the next 4 days of green, barely any movement, right? Didn't take out any highs. Also, small movement right here. And then bang, big movement to the downside. Okay, so my guess is you're probably going to be coming down here to about $2.50 some cents. 250 to 260. Which, again, I said this, what was it, a week ago? Maybe 2 weeks ago? I don't remember. It was when we were up here, and I was like, yep, this is probably going to be coming down here to about 250, this range. So, well on our way there. Well on our way there. I would be watching out for that. In order for you to start thinking about being bullish again, you really got to take out this high right here at about $3.35. Once you regain that level, $3.35, you're looking a little bit better. You can start legging up, legging down. But we can pull the fib. Yeah, so $3.37. Once you regain that, you're thinking bullish nature. You lose the 0.382 here. You're looking at $3. You're probably coming down here to about $2.50. You're going to see about a 20% shed, something like that. Not quite 20%, but about 15 to 17.5%. That's XRP in a nutshell. Anybody got anything else? Drop in the comments section. Really quick, let's talk about ETH. ETH had a nice little run up, man. ETH's getting the same thing, rounded top. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out of here. But again, I called this out. Bang, man. If you get above it, you're longing. If you get a rejection from it, you're shorting. You're shorting at the very least down here to about $3,300. Your ultimate target would be all the way down here. to about $2,750, right? This is massive resistance, okay? This is the 0.618, as you can see right here on the trend-based fib, and it is the resistance from these two tops, this top right here to this top right here, where we thought we were breaking market structure to the upside. Then guess what? We created a lower low, bang, right? So now we are going to bing bong, broaden into this thing, right? And let it kind of play out, a little bit. And then boom, hopefully this breaks up, okay? So ETH in a nutshell, you really got to hold the $3,870 level. And what you really need to get above is, we'll call it $3,950, but 4K. 4K is an incredibly psychological level. You really need to just bust through 4K and hold it. And you don't quite have to get to 4K, but you'd like to see that happen. Okay. That's ETH in a nutshell. Let's look at Avalanche. I know that's one that we definitely need to look at. Okay, so this is the good news for Avalanche, man. We're just going to delete this. I like this. I do like this. This thing like triple bottomed here. It broke out of a falling wedge pattern, which is a bullish pattern. 1, 2, triple bottom, right? And guess what it's doing now? Where's my arc tool? Bang. That's it. You got to stay above this 50 moving average on the daily chart, which is $20.42. If you reclaim 22, call it $23, the 200 moving average, which is this green line, you're looking extremely good. And then if you break out of the top end of this channel right here at about 25.75, you're looking extremely good on Avalanche. And you could see a push up to, drum roll please, depending on where you break out, about 35 bucks, about 35 bucks. That's where we would like to see it go. And then obviously, once you get up there, you got to start thinking about the long-term trend of this, which is the falling or the descending triangle, which is a bullish pattern yet again, right? Like I've said a million times. We could drop this even further, actually. Let's see if this works really quick. I want to make sure that this works. Okay, so you've got your touch point. You don't have any confirmations above this. Yes, that works. Okay, so you've got your falling wedge. You've broken out of it. You've never gotten your actual breakout, though. Just kind of capitulated. So I would say this falling wedge is dead, right? I would just delete that. Whoops, I deleted the wrong thing. So the falling wedge is dead, right? But we do have the cup and handle that could bring us up to test this trend line, right? You break up above $41 right here, or 40, yeah, call it 41 bucks. Dude, I mean, this is where you break out of this descending triangle, and that is an extremely bullish pattern. And what you do is you just pull it from the bottom of that pattern, right, which is right around here, okay? And you pull it to the top on that nice little pump up. And here's where, if say you break out here, right? So you break out over here mid to late September, you're targeting about 78 bucks to the 0.5 fit. Okay, that's Avalanche. Okay, if nobody has anything else, I'm getting on some gold. As it sits right now, gold is on the 100 or on just above the 200 moving average on the 1 hour chart. What we really need to do is regain this upward sloping trend channel again. Right now, be that as it is, we killed about 35 trades on the way here, right? So even if you lost on a trade after that, no big deal. This trend channel dates all the way back to 2024, baby. 2024. Very, very well respected. If we get back above into this, you're talking new all-time highs to about 36.50. And JPMorgan is actually calling for a $4,000 gold by the end of the year. Okay, so this would be probably somewhere over here. All right, $4,000 gold by the end of the year, somewhere in December range. But if you get back into this, bang. See what I'm saying? It gets real nice. It gets real spicy, okay? So if I get above, in my opinion, 33.75-ish, that's where I'm starting to think about longs. Okay. And then once you take out this $3,450 level, dude, all ankle weights are off of gold at that point, and it's got the ability to fly up to about 36.50. Same thing with silver. Same thing with silver. Let's break down silver. Let's bust it out, right? So silver is also in a upward sloping trend channel, right? Obviously, silver's trend channel is way, way fatter and wider than gold's is. So in my opinion, you got to get above this 50, right here on the 1 hour chart, which shouldn't be that hard to do. You can't lose this low at about $36, okay? But if you do, you've got the midpoint of the channel and a demand zone right here, as you can see, from the top here to where all of these little supports are, bang, 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 right? This could get filled extremely quickly, right? So if you lose 35.40, you could be coming down here to about, I'd say about 34.50 very quickly. There's not going to be a lot of volume there. There's not going to be a lot of orders there to hold silver up. Boom. You break through this, though, you're talking $39, $40 price target on silver, right? And that's where it would be a new 14-year high. We'll just put it like that. It would be a new 14-year high on silver. Now, S&P. S&P's looking nasty. Somebody's got to come in and save this. He needs some milk. He needs some milk.
Like, I'm feeling a little irked, or at least, like, irked adjacent, and then these guys bring in their bad vibes? Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Not having a good time, bro. Like, straight up not having a good time, man. Trying to diamond hands that, man. Can't diamond hands this, bro. S&P's looking nasty. And yeah, everybody's like, oh, there's a gap, man. Gaps get filled, bro. Gaps get filled, man. Here's the gap. Blink up. That gap takes you to 63.42. What about the 17 runaway gaps that I pointed out? Look at this thing. Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. Look at that. Look at that down. Look at that down. Right? Massive, massive gaps below. If we're gonna say this gap gets filled, then all of these get filled too. Ah! Big, 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 big downs, right? And like the UK guys say, instead of but opposite, right? Big ups, bro. Big ups, bro. Big downs, man. Big downs, man. Right? Big downs. I'm a roadman. So, I mean, I would just be watching this 61, 65 level. But now that you've lost all these moving averages on the 1 hour chart, short term wise, it's not looking good. I would be looking at short under 61, 66. Obviously, you know I'm already short, right? But yeah, man, if you want this type of trades, dude, I can't do this every day. Well, I mean, I can, but I do it inside of the group where people like show that they value it with their time and their cash, you know, like their money. It's $30 too. It's like a month. Like that's nothing. I'm not saying it's nothing. I'm saying it shows, hey, I'm willing to be accountable for this, right? I'm willing to put something on this analysis, right? Or the access to said information, right? That's it. But yeah, I mean, the S&P, dude, like next target is right here. I mean, you're talking $6,050. But at that time, I am so in the money on my 610 puts for the SPY index, dude. It's looking nutty for me. Anybody got anything else they want me to look at? If not, you know, I'm gonna sign off of here. But hopefully I see some people in the Nordic Alpha Discord soon. We'll see. What else is popping inside of crypto? Let's go to the crypto bubbles. Woo! Let me just get off the screen. Bow! Like, damn. Oh my gosh. Where's my media asset? Where's my media asset? Give it to me.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bands. Thirsty, man. Damn. Daniel?
Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the dumps, man. Super not spicy, man. Straight up not having a good time, man.
Only that, right these all good pimp squad, baby, for life.
Holding it down. They holding crypto down. They holding all the markets down. Except for gold and silver, man. And copper, man. Copper got killed because of the Trump tariffs, man. But I'm legally blind. I can't see that
But I
stuff.
cannot see, I'm legally blind. That's my story, I'm sticking to it, I'm innocent.
That is my impression. Thank you, Donna Goodo, of all the people that are like, why is Bitcoin dumping? And they didn't see the non-farm payrolls and all the fundamental factors playing out and the technical analysis and the downward sloping trend channel and reaching the top of it. That is my impression of them. Let's do it. Let's run it one more time. I miss my girl, Donna.
But I cannot see, I'm legally blind. That's my story, I'm sticking to it, I'm innocent.
I'm innocent, man. I can't see. Can't see. POP, baby, holding it down. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what's trending, man? Solana. I know Solana was going absolutely bonkers, right? So let's look at Solana. Ow! My eye! I'm legally blind. I mean, this is kind of it's kind of not awesome, bro. But I'm gonna give you an alternative opinion of Solana. This right here is called an Adam and Eve pattern. All right, right there, right there. And this is a very well-known pattern that everyone knows, that you didn't learn from me. I swear pro traders aren't the only ones that know this pattern. You got to break this high, man. You got to get above 208-ish. And then you could be coming back up here to the highs at about 261. That's Solana. Now, this is upward sloping, which I like, but what you would rather see here is a double bottom, okay? Now, you are setting a higher low and a higher high, right? You had your low, right? Then you had a lower high, clearly. A higher low now, and then a higher high. That is good news, and that is what that... Here's just something that is a tidbit that most people don't understand or don't know or don't care about. I don't know. Whatever way that a chart pattern is supposed to go, this doesn't go for every charting pattern, okay? This is like head and shoulders, cup and handle, Adam and Eve, right? Even double tops, double bottoms, things of that sort. What you would like to see is that the breakout point be pointing the way that it's supposed to go, right? So if this Adam, what do I mean by that? If this Adam and Eve was like this, I would not say that that is a valid Adam and Eve pattern, because this is actually setting lower lows. That could actually be more like a bearish Livermore cylinder, which again is a very well-known charting pattern that I promise just everyone knows that. And they didn't just hear it from me. Pro traders aren't the only ones that know about the Livermore cylinder. And they're definitely, I don't teach all of these in the training that I'm coming out with at all. I definitely don't teach any of these or any of this concepts. You know, I just smile and wink, right? That's all I do. But in any case, this is upward sloping, all theatrics aside. That's what I like about it. Could be a bullish sign. What just happened? So in any case, I would like to see Solana reclaim this level right here, right? This level. I would say 183 is what I would like to see it reclaim, just to be 100% sure. But you can start thinking about it at about 176, okay? And then you get back up there, you can start longing, at the very least, up to the top end of this trend line that's showing you these higher highs, right? To about 220. Once you break that, that's where it starts getting a little juicier, right? And you get through this. That's your kind of like, that's going to be your supply zone, right? And I can't play Justin Timberlake's supply zone or supplies, although I wish I could, because JT is very talented. He's a triple threat. He acts, he dances, he sings, man. I can't dance. I can't sing. Hell, I can't act. He's beating me 3-0. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, JT. Thanks a lot, Justin Timberlake. What am I going to do with my life? I can't do any of that stuff. Where's my other one?
Mr. Bobby, come on down here.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise!
This is going downhill fast. I think it'd be
Help me, Tom Cruise! That is me when I just realized that JT has a 3-0 lead on me, 3-0. He's got it all. I have nothing. I have braids. What am I going to do? What are you going to do? Nothing, man. Nothing. I'm going to sit here in my studio with my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights and my camera and my microphone and my charts. Help me, Tom Cruise. That hits so different in South Florida. And if you know, you know. Especially if you're in the Tampa area, you know why Help Me, Tom Cruise hits so different here. It's because Tom Cruise lives in freaking Indian Rocks Beach in a big-ass mansion on the literal Gulf of Mexico, right? Whatever it is today. I don't know. Maybe it's the Gulf of Cuba. Who knows now? Maybe it's the Gulf of Louisiana. I don't know. Is that part of the Louisiana Purchase? I don't know. But Tom Cruise lives down here, and he's like a big Scientology guy. I shouldn't have said that. I should leave them alone. Sorry. Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me, Tom Cruise. We get up above here, and then we reclaim this 240 level. I mean, it's kind of like you take the gloves off, and it's ready to rock. You know, you're coming up here probably more towards the double top 260-ish level on Solana. That's Solana, right? So, I mean, that's kind of what I'm seeing, at least from a fundamental perspective or from a technical perspective right now. Anything else anybody wants to see? I don't see one single comment. Let's go to my Twitter. Where's my Twitter at? Drew Wolfer is live. We have 0 comments. Okay. Nobody wants to see any TA. That's perfectly fine with me. You don't have no requests? That's fine. We're going to keep cooking ourselves. We could cook our own food. Cardano. For all the Cardano lovers. For better or worse. For better or worse. Yeah, no. I have a wife. That's pretty dope, right? I mean, I would consider that dope. My wife's dope. I love her a lot. She's a smoke show. The one problem is that we have to have this special insurance because every time I take her out to dinner or something like that, because she is a smoke show, she sets off the fire alarms at every single place that we go, and then she burns the building down. It's not my fault. Not my fault. It's not her fault either. But in any case, I have to be very careful about where we go. We got to go into stucco buildings. Can't go into anything wood. Tiki huts. Sayonara. Peace. So, yeah. In any case, this trade worked out pretty damn well. Cardano lovers, you're welcome. Do your thing. We have lost the 200 moving average on the daily chart. That's not good for Cardano. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. I'm not trying to be an asshole. But, yeah, we've lost the 200 moving average. It's not awesome. The 100 and the 50, though, are curling up. So if you can get the 100 to cross the 200, that is what is called a golden cross. I'm not telling you to trade a golden cross just because a golden cross happens. Please, for the love of God, do not do that. Or whatever it is that you believe in. Maybe you are a Church of AI guy or gal or non-binary person. Maybe you are AI. Maybe you're a robot. I truly don't know who watches me. But I love you all. And I appreciate that. But let's say that for all intents and purposes, you do get the 50 and the 100 that cross up above here. And by some miraculous recovery, you bounce from this 100, and I will lay it out for you. You bounce from the 100 at 69 cents, baby. 69, right? Or 68 for the 50 moving average, which is the blue line to the left. And you regain that 200. Oh, baby. Oh, mama. You got to come up and you got to take out this high. This 94-cent range. You got to go get it. You got to call up all your Cardano buddies. And you got to say, it's time. This is where we hold the line. I don't have my thingy. Rituraj Bhavsar. We did gold TA, man. We did that. We did that. Also, you can get into the Nordic Alpha Discord. First link in the description where I TA gold every day. And I have an 84% win rate. Every day. And I am the gold guy on verifiedinvesting.com. I'm not just some random dumbass. Or maybe I am. But I know one thing at least. Maybe I'm dumb at everything else. But like they said, if it works, it's not dumb. I don't know. We'll see. So in any case, you bounce from here. You get up above this 200 moving average. This is your first take profit, right? Actually, your first take profit is right here at about 86 cents, 85-ish, right? Because that's where your little peak is right here, your little lower high. Bang, this is your second take profit, right? Which is about 93 cents, okay? So beautiful, beautiful. Now what else? Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Once you take this level out, this now becomes support. Once you take this level out, this also becomes support, but you got to get candle closes above it, okay? No single candle closes. I'm talking double candle closes, confirmation candles, baby. Confirmation candles. But you come up here, then you leg back down to this support level right now. You long it again, and you come up here to test these highs and these highs. And subsequently, they line up with the closes at about $1.13. Cardano, baby. Do you, Thug Thizzy? XYO from my main man, Dr. Feelgood V2. Do not confuse it. This is not V1. This is the new and improved Dr. Feelgood V2. We kicked V1 out of here. And we said, bring us what we want to see. Which is Dr. Feelgood V2, baby. The sequel, in this case, is better than the original. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we did break out. We have just rode the crap out of this thing. Man, woo! You got to stay above this line right here, man. That's not even 9 cents. That's less than 1 cent. Okay, let's zoom in. Whoopsies. I mean, if you took this trade, dude, you took one hell of a trade. When did I give this out? June? No, it's July 4th. 4th of July! Happy friggin' birthday, America! You're welcome. Right? Okay, so you killed it on this trade if you did that. Now you've broken back down below this line. This is not what you want to see. I would not be longing until I get down here into the 0.009 to 0.0085 range. Okay. Now, if you regain this line, this is where you can, you know, you need a confirmation candle. Again, this is the confirmation candle, right? Breakout candle. Then what you want to see is a subsequent candle come after that without breaking and closing a candle back under this and close above the close of the breakout candle. That's it. Okay. So in any case, this is terrible news for XYO. I would be shorting here. I'll be shorting here. I hate to be that guy. This thing was trying really, really hard too to do that bullish Adam and Eve, man. And it just got rejected. You know what I'm saying? Like on this wick. Sucks, but I don't know, man. I don't really like this coin, just to be honest with you. Like, it's not that I don't like the coin. It's that I don't like the chart. I don't like all these big-ass wicks like this. Like, this just shows volatility, manipulation, like imbalances. There's so many imbalances in this chart, in this market. Like, look at all these wicks, man. Look at even the wicks to the downside, right? Like, I don't like charts like this. I do not like that. I would stay away from this. I would not touch this with my buddy Devin's 10-foot pole and then blame it on my brother, right? Now, is there to say, that's not to say there are not opportunities here, right? Obviously, we saw this opportunity. But I just think there's better setups that you could potentially have. Ritu Raj, Bob Sar, get in the Nordic Alpha Discord, baby. We TA'd gold. These are the active trades that we've been talking about. You lose the 200 moving average, you short, right? And you set your stop loss above the highs. Pretty simple. That's on the hourly chart, by the way. 200 moving average is right here at about 33.45. Okay, so we're dangerously close to it. But what do I mean by lose the 200 moving average? I mean, like, get a confirmation candle under it, back test it. That's when you're shorting. You're shorting down to the fair value gap fill, or, you know, even right around here, somewhere in the 33.15 to about 3,300 range. Whoa. So, I mean, that's what I would be doing. And then secondarily, you regain this upward sloping trend channel. Rewind the track, and you'll see all the TA on it. But yeah, I mean, I did a lot of TA on gold just a little bit ago. TLDR, you're longing here, you're shorting here. Also, I have a weekly show every Wednesday, 11:30 Eastern time. I can actually show it to you if you'd like. Actually, I can show it to you right here. I do gold analysis on my Twitter. Just follow it as well. But yeah, see, like, where's it at? No, that's not it. Right here. No, that's not it. Yeah. Gold eyeing new all-time high, silver at 14-year highs. As you can see, it's called the Golden Nugget. You can find it on my YouTube channel as well. / Drew Wolfer. Just go to live. Go to live and you'll see, right? Like, I have playlists. You can go to playlist too. The Golden Nugget, you can go and see that. I do TA on that all the time. Also, we do it every single day inside of the Nordic Alpha Discord. So if you want to get in, oh, nice, man. I appreciate that, bro. You're a legend, dude. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, R. Gilbert, man. R. Gilbert with the charts, man. R. Gilbert's an animal with the charts. What about my beloved Grant Cardano? Man, I mean, Grant Cardano is, I think he's just doing his thing. I have not talked to Gary. Gary, my buddy. We're gonna buy some Bitcoin, man. Buy that Bitcoin, brother. You know? Alright. If you don't like Gary Cardano impressions, then you hate this channel. I love it, dude. But yeah, Rita Raj, I appreciate you for showing up every single week, man. Tell your friends about it, dude. We need more people to show up to that show. I mean, on my channel, it gets, I don't know, 100 views. On the Verified Investing channel, probably gets 1,000, something like that. Like, I would like to see it pop off a little bit more, right? Like, look at this. Even on Twitter, only got like 15 views. So, I mean, across both platforms, maybe 100 views. Let's let it pop off, man. It's high-level insights, man. But in any case, you know, go ahead. Feel free to get into the Nordic Alpha Discord, man. That's where we talk about everything. Like, I give you TA every single day. Equities, metals, crypto. Whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. So, yeah, let's see where gold goes from here. Let's see if we got anything else that we can talk about. Nobody else has any other coins. 50 some odd people in here. Let me know if you got it. Let me see if you got anything else. If not, we can sign off. Everybody can have their, well, I pointed to nothing like an idiot. So everybody can have their hashtag Friday Pie Day with their beautiful families. But I'll give it just a second. Luckily, I have the gift of gab, and we can keep things moving. We'll see if somebody comes in with any special requests. I did do Cardano. Rewind about how long has this been going on for? Damn, Daniel. Damn. Hour and 12 minutes. Yeah, we did Cardano. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Cetus Protocol. Let me see. See if we can find it. It's this one right here, I assume. Cetus, C-E-T-U-S, on Binance. You know what I'm going to say. Mike Owen, you know what I'm going to say. If you've been watching me long enough. My wife looks real good in these. Gets me going every time. This is the Melania Trump stiletto, baby. The classic rug pull looking stuff. Bang. Ah. Yeah, that's unfortunate, dude. But the good news is that if it's not absolutely horrible, if they're not terrible founders and rug pullers, there could be a light at the end of this tunnel. Or this thing could have shed a bright but brief light. This goes back to what, December 2024? Okay. Anybody know what this is? How much you been learning? How much you been learning? You want to bet me a kiss on the lips on it? I know what it is. Do you? You want to bet me a kiss on the lips? That's what we do on this channel. We bet people kisses on the lips. If you don't like that, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If you're not willing to bet your lips on something, are you really that confident in it? Are you? Are you confident? That's a descending triangle. That is a descending triangle. And you could potentially see a move like this. Okay? Like, look, dude, look at that 200 moving average. Woo! Yo! That thing is going down, baby. Look at that bad boy. That thing is... Right? But here's the good news, okay? The 100 has now crossed it. That is a golden cross, yes. Did that golden cross get front run like I say that it always does? Yes, it did, right here. 5 days before people knew that the Golden Cross was going to happen, maybe even 10 days before. Guess what they did? They pumped it because they knew a bunch of dummies right here would buy it thinking, oh, it's about to be a Golden Cross. That is why you don't trade Golden Crosses unless you trade them beforehand. You have about 3 other confirmations to tell you to do that. Okay? You bounced off of the 50 moving average. That's one confirmation. That's good, right? You had a nice little bang down. Volume fell off, green candle, volume came in, boom, right? It's nice. You had a double bottom here off of your previous consolidation zone, right? You had a nice little upward trending parallel right here. Bleep, 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 right? Look pretty good, right? And now you're retesting that again. So can you long here? I mean, you can take your shot. I'm not going to tell you to, but if you were to long here, this would be my long. Bang, baby. What's that, a 6.5x risk to reward? Drew, your risk to rewards suck. On a daily chart, that's a pretty good risk to reward, I would say. 6 to 1. You come up here, you've got your first resistances right here at the 200 MA on the daily chart. You got your second resistance. I mean, they all coincide. This is what's called confluence. They all are at the same point, right? Which is about 13.85 cents, 13.85 cents, right? So you've got upside from about, I would say, 10 cents is your floor, right? To where you are now, which is about 10.5 cents, up to about 13.5 cents. That's a 35% move. Like I said, do whatever you want to do. You want to take your shot, cool. But you break down from here, bang. This is where you're targeting, right? I'm going to give you all the scenarios, man. I appreciate you asking for something and participating. Put your stop loss above the high of this day. Bang. You're targeting right down here. It's 3.5x risk to reward ratio. You see what happens at that level, okay? And if you break this level, guess what you're doing? You're breaking the 1, 2, triple bottom, and then you short again. Or you just add to your position at that level, and then you go down into unprecedented numbers, right? And how do you figure out where it could be going from there? Well, that is a trade secret that I teach inside of all of my trainings that aren't out yet. So I won't be an asshole, and I'll tell you how you do it. And my trainings, by the way, they're not going to be much money. We're talking like $200, whereas a lot of people are selling theirs for like $5K. I don't care about getting rich off of it. I just want people to be able to do for themselves, right? So in any case, it's a skill set that no one can ever take from you once you have it. 1.618 fib takes you down to, holy, 3 cents. I would be aiming for about halfway in there, so to about 5.5 cents. That would be where I would be aiming, because are you actually going to get down to 3.5 cents? I don't know. I mean, that's like 70% fade from 10 cents. It's like 65%. That's massive. So, yeah, do whatever you want to do, but you can also long here. If you triple bottom and then you quadruple bottom here, that's a longable opportunity. Now, again, I'm giving you some high level stuff here, but if you do come up here and you break this level, right? That's where you're longing, and that's where you're going to be targeting probably these highs. From about 22 cents to about 24.50. That's CETUS in a nutshell, man. For anybody that happens to give it F. What's S&P doing? Still going down. I wonder if anybody in the market was saying that was going to happen. I know a lot of people don't like to they don't like to come out with predictions or say anything bold like that, but I don't care. I'm good with it, man. I'll call the top of gold. I'll call the bottom of gold. I'll call the top of Bitcoin. I did that multiple times inside of the trading group. I called the top of gold live on YouTube. I dropped a video about it. I was talking about this for weeks, man, and nobody else was. Everybody thought that this was just a runaway freight train. Stuff was just going to keep going up. I'm like, dude, this thing, its trajectory is just, it's not there, man. It's starting to lose steam, and you can just see it. And then it started to fall off up here, started around, boom. So, I mean, are we going to come all the way down here to, $5,850? Maybe not. Maybe not right now, right? But we're going to need some positive economic data that comes out, or something positive in the markets that come out and say like, yo, our markets are solid, right? Because as it sits right now, and this is something, again, that I teach inside of my trainings, from a fundamental perspective, dude, and dudettes, there's nothing that's saying our economy is strong. Inflation is going up, okay? Jobs are going down. Unemployment is going up. House sales are going down. Inventory of houses are going up, okay? Rates are somehow staying the same, okay? All of the central banks and countries of the world are allocating like 10 to 15% of their strategic, I'm not going to say strategic, of their reserves, their currency reserves, into gold. What is the world reserve currency right now that they would normally hold? USD. DXY is getting murdered, right? Yields are getting murdered, right? So my point is that you got to watch for these fundamental factors, and then you will be able to know when the S&P is going to be going down like that, when Bitcoin's going to be going down like this, right? I mean, damn. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if this head and shoulders plays out, man. We'll see if this head and shoulders plays out, but rising wedge, head and shoulders at the top potentially forming, right? Anybody got anything else? While I save this stuff, let me know. And I'm going to delete some of this stuff too. One day supports. No, I mean, I'm saving this. So one day company. Damn, my bad. Okay. Where's my fib that I had on? Guys, keep your charts clean, by the way. Keep your charts clean so that you know what the hell's going on. We're breaking the parallel channel. We're breaking the parallel channel right now as we speak on stream. I mean, we're not. I'm going to be generous. If I am nothing if not generous, because I love you guys. Bruh. What happens if Japan dumps the US bonds? Same thing that happened last time. Okay, so China called in our debt one time, and the US dollar, the DXY, that index, bang, dude, floor dropped out on it. It was horrible, okay? Remember, it was about a year ago, in August of 2024, Japan got some of their debt called in. And what happened when that happened? They defaulted. They said, we can't pay. We can't pay it. Yo, the Japanese yen got obliterated, demolished, eviscerated, dissipated overnight, right? It was wild, wild stuff. Like, you do not want to see that. You do not want to see them dump all that type of stuff. Now, I'm not saying that the bonds are going to take it down like debt being called in, right? But the bond market has a big correlation to how much the US dollar is going to be worth, right? Because that's what they're selling, bonds on the US dollar, right? So in any case, let's update this really quick before I'm going to extend this. What? I'm just not going to extend it. I'm just going to guess and do my best. Okay, so here's the bottom. Do I have my magnet tool on or something? Like, what is going on? There. Woo! That was stressful. Okay, we have not broken it. Okay, I'm being generous. I'm being generous. I'm not being a douche. We have not broken it yet. 113.8 is where it breaks. So again, I mean, I said this, but again, 113.8, man. Watch out for 113.8. If you want these insights every single day instead of waiting for every Friday or whenever I just randomly decide to get on YouTube, which I'll be kicking up the content a lot more, but it's not going to be like this. It's going to be like teaching, and it's going to be like long form videos that are dropping. It's not going to be like live streams where we're just bantering in like in conjunction with each other at the same time where you're watching it live. And I'm going to kick off the content machine, but it's not going to be like this, right? I'll still stream, but just not as much. Okay. And so if you want those actionable insights, first link in the description. With that being said, man, I appreciate everybody for showing up. Hopefully everybody has a good, what we call in the Wolfer family household. Hashtag Friday Party with their beautiful families. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you more than you know. Seriously, I would not have a platform if it was not for you all. So thank you so much for always showing up. Thank you so much for all your support. Love, hate, whatever. I like all of it. So do whatever you want to do. Make fun of my braids. Make fun of my nose. I don't care. I just appreciate everybody for showing up. With that being said, everybody have a wonderful weekend with their beautiful families. I will see you all soon. Signing off. Go out and trade some stuff. Hopefully you learned something. Peace.